Listen to me today. Your school is not paying for me to be here today. I took time and spent over $4,000 of my own money to be here this week because I believe in you. And I just want to say this. I don't think I'm some big white American boy coming in here and think I have all the answers. I'm only here because, like I said, I believe in you. And so for just a moment, I wanted to encourage you to never give up. You know, there was a circus master. He took a pole, he put it on the ground, and he changed the back of a baby elephant. And this baby elephant would pull on the chain, and pull on the chain, and pull on the chain. But as hard as the baby elephant would pull on the chain, he could never break the chain. Well, the baby elephant began to grow. He was huge. He was gigantic. And guess what happened? You see, John, he broke the chain. He didn't break the chain. You know why? He stopped pulling. He wasn't bound by a chain. He was bound by a picture in his mind that says, I can't. The elephant was big enough. He was strong enough. He had all the ability in the world. He just gave up. Now, I've lived in Singapore a couple of days now. It's my first time being here. And you know what I've noticed when I talk to people, they go, what are you going to do this week? I said, well, I'm going to this school and this school. And when I say, all right, people go, oh, that's a great school. Man, that's a really nice people. Those students are smart in that school. I mean, they said a lot of nice things about you guys. But you know what I've realized? No matter what kind of reputation you have as a community, there's people in this school, no matter how smart you are, no matter what's going on, there's still people in the school, maybe you feel like giving up. Maybe today you feel like throwing in the towel. Maybe you feel like you can't go on anymore. And I'm just here today to tell you to never give up. A reporter asked me, I was doing a television interview in the United States, the reporter asked me, he said, John, why do you go into schools? Why do you take your family, my wife and daughter who travel with me? Why do you go all over the world? It's because I walked out of school, it's kind of like this. A really nice school. It's in Placerville, California. There's a students in this school who are 13, 14, 15 years old. I got done speaking in an auditorium just like this. I started walking to my car, and the principal of the school ran to my car and said these words. He said, John, I wish you were here 2 weeks ago. And I said, why? He said, because Kenny would still be alive. Kenny was a student at school. But one day after school, Kenny went home. He took his father's gun out of his bedroom. He walked into the backyard. He placed the gun to his head, and he pulled the trigger. He ended his life. And in that backyard, on that grass, next to Kenny's body was a little piece of paper. And it wasn't a letter to his mom and dad. It didn't say, dear mom or dear dad. It wasn't a will leaving his earthly possessions behind. It simply said these words. I can't take the teasing at school anymore. I can't take the teasing at school anymore. Fellas, listen to me today. Words hurt. I don't care if you're joking around. I don't care where you're at. Maybe you put someone down so you make other people laugh. Words hurt. And today, we need to encourage one another. Now listen to me. I close with this and I'm going to break this back. There's the story of this little boy who was 3 years old. This little boy couldn't talk. He went to a really nice school. This boy was just bumbling words. His parents spent thousands and thousands of dollars to help this boy out. Nothing was working. Well, he was in primary 1. He's 6 years old. He's sitting at his desk. And a teacher walks in. She picks up this little boy. She carries him down the hall. And she puts him in a room filled with other children that are mentally handicapped. Everybody at school made fun of him. They sang songs about him. They told stories about him. They made the little boy eat lunch by himself every single day. It caused a lot of stress on the little boy's family. His parents went through a horrible divorce. Well, now he's in primary 3. And every day before school started, he would sit outside and watch all the kids play a game. It was kind of like tag. They ran from one spot to another spot. He never got out to play. He only got to watch. Well, one morning, as he tells the story, he says it was the greatest day of his life. Because this one morning, 25 boys, they walked over to him and they asked him to play. He was so excited, he didn't stand up, he jumped at his feet. He's never been asked to play anything before. So he starts playing this game. He's running back and forth, having the time of his life. Well, all of a sudden, the best day became the worst day. See, it was all set up. Those boys wanted to hurt that little boy. They started chasing him around the playground. They started screaming what they're going to do when they caught him. He's running around the trees, down the halls of the school. He's running so hard and so fast, he didn't see how another student, trying to be funny, broke a head of the packet, stuck his leg out the hall. The boys ran so hard and fast, his head turned backwards, listening to the packet kids screaming at him what they're going to do when they caught him. He knocked him down, stretched like he hit the leg, he tripped, he fell on his face in the pavement, and blood went everywhere. And all 25 boys, they didn't help him up. They didn't go to the teachers. They pointed and started laughing at him. When the bell rang and everybody went to school except for that boy. Tears in his eyes, his shirt soaked in blood. He went to the hospital with stitches in his face. A little boy never gave up. When he was in primary 4, he was able to come back to a regular classroom setting where one day the teacher, she dismissed the whole class except for the boy. She walked over to his desk when no other students were in the room. She took her finger. She pointed the little boy and said these words. She said, "You'll never be able to read, write, or talk. You'll never graduate from primary school or secondary school. You'll never go to the university. You are a throwaway." Listen to me. I've been doing this long enough to realize most of you here today, you go home to a great home situation. Some of you don't. Some of you go home to a mom or a dad, a stepmom or a stepdad. Maybe it's your mom's boyfriend, your dad's girlfriend. Some of your life hasn't been very nice to you. What I want to tell you is, I'm not trying to compare this story to anybody else in this room, but I'm trying to tell you this, to never give up. She teaches about that school district. He went to a new school. Now I want you to hear this before I break this bad. He's in secondary. He's in secondary 1. To new school. He's never been to school before. He's never talked to him in the school before. He pulls up to the school. He gets out of the car. His mom looks at him and says these words. She says, "Sweetie, this is a new school. They're going to be different here. They're going to be nice to you." And then she says these words. "I promise." They had all morning. He didn't talk to anyone. He was so afraid to hear the way he spoke. You would hear him stutter, say things backwards. So all morning he didn't talk to anyone. When it was lunchtime, he went out to lunch. He sat at a table. He sat by himself. And as he sat down at the table, he put his lunch down. Another person stood up. He said, "Hey, what are you doing? We don't want you to eat lunch with us. You're retarded. Go by yourself." People might laugh. But that boy didn't laugh. He picked up his lunch. He walked over to a big tree, and there he sat down and ate lunch by himself like he had his entire life. But fellas, today, I got to tell you, he never gave up. He became a young man. He wanted to go to the university, but his grades are so poor, no university would take him in. I mean, he applied to so many of them. But one finally said yes. He got a letter in the mail and says, "We take you in on academic probation," which pretty much means he barely got in. And before he went to university, there was a man he respected, a man he looked up to, a man he admired. He told him his dreams, his goals, he told him what he wanted to do in his life. And this man, he thought would encourage him. He pushed him back, said his words. He said, "You'll never make it." He goes, "I can't even understand you right now. How are you going to be able to talk to anyone at school? You barely made it to school. How are you supposed to make it through university? Don't even try." Those words devastated him. But hear me, guys, he didn't give up. His first year at university, he would go to class. He would act like he understood. But he would come back to his room, his dorm room. He would sit on his bed and he'd just cry and cry because he felt so dominant inside. Wanted to believe all the words that people spoke into his life. But one last time, he reached down and found the strength not to give up. The next year, he hit the dean's list. He went to the top of his class. He went to his third, his fourth year. He walked across the stage. It was graduation day. He had his cap, his gown on. He got his degree in his hand, and he realized he conquered the walls that people put to his life. Now hear me. That young man, that little boy, never gave up. He kept on pulling. He kept on pulling. And today, that young man is me. And that's my stuff.